Hello YouTube, this is the Lil John 1021, and today I'd like to ask you the question, are you afraid of the big chop? Now, I was for a long time, and in all reality, it's not that big a deal. It's not. And when I say not that big a deal, I don't mean to make light of it, because for me and for a lot of other women who did the big chop, it was a really serious time for them emotionally, especially for women who had had long hair their whole lives, and it was just an emotional journey and it was an emotional risk that they took. And I've never heard someone regret doing the big chop. And for even women who decided to go natural and then didn't like it and went back relaxed, the ones I have heard about are trying to go natural again. And there's just so many benefits to having natural hair. And about the big chop, you shouldn't be afraid of it. Like, I have videos on YouTube, if you go to my channel and see, where I'm just pumping myself up for it, because a lot of times we just scare ourselves with the what if game. What if I cut my hair off and my curl pattern is just too tight and coily, or if I can't manage my hair, or if I don't have the right products, or if just the whole what if game will scare you out of doing anything in life. Like, no one would get anywhere if we just constantly ask ourselves what if. And certain things, one major thing that I even mentioned in those videos was, what if my head isn't shaped right for a short haircut? And I look at my head right now and I'm like, this is perfect, this is fine. And honestly, women that I have seen that cut their hair even shorter than mine, I've never seen a woman who looked bad with that haircut because of her head shape. I've never seen anyone that looked bad with their haircut that short, period. So if that's what you're afraid of, don't let it stop you. And just don't be afraid of it, because I guess you can say it's reversible. Because, say I cut my hair like this and I didn't like it. There are wigs, there's weaves, extensions, braids, and you can get relaxed again even. So not to say that it's reversible that kind of way, but more so along the lines of it's just hair. And so cutting off your hair isn't like you know slicing your neck or anything like that. It's nothing to be afraid of. So at the end of the day, you should not be afraid of a big chop. And if you look at the video from where I did my big chop, which should be like big chop part 2, that's where I actually did the cutting, you'll see my hair has grown already. And I did my big chop on October 23rd. Today is November 16th, so it's been exactly 3 weeks. Sounds like almost exactly 3 weeks from the day I cut mine, and I can already see a difference. And I'm just so proud of myself for doing it. And it's so easy to just wake up and like, I wear 2 headscarves, because I realized the first one, it covers my head, but I can feel hairs sticking out of it, so I wear a second one on top of that, and so my ends are protected. But when I wake up, like, my hair is like stuck really stuck to my head, so I just pick it out and go. I just put, like, before I go to bed each night, I put some leave-in conditioner in it, and in the morning I pick it out, make sure it looks alright, and just leave. It's like the quickest, easiest thing ever. And so if you're afraid of unmanageability, you shouldn't worry about that. There are a lot of women on YouTube that you can watch videos, do a little research on, and they will give you their advice. And so just don't be afraid of it. Don't treat it like it's going to be the end of the world, because at the end of the day, if you're really concerned about your hair, what does that say about you? It's like, you know, hair makes you look good, you can do this with it, you can do that with it, but at the end of the day, is that where your self-esteem lies? And if so, you may need to work on some other things, because lots of women look at long hair as a sign of status. And, you know, that's not something people will say, but if you think about it, especially black women with long hair, they, you know, whenever I hear a black man talk about what he wants in a woman physically, a lot of times he says he prefers long hair. My boyfriend was opposed to me cutting my hair, but now, you know, it's not like he loves it, but it's growing on him, literally and figuratively. So, but anyways, ladies, if you want to do the big chop and your man is saying no, or you're afraid he won't like you anymore, if he leaves you because you cut your hair, then, you know, y'all probably weren't meant to be together. Because if you have somebody that shallow, they really weren't there for you. So don't be afraid of what other people say. Don't be afraid of what other people think. It's all about you, and it's all about what you want to do. And at the end of the day, if you don't like it, there are remedies for that. So I would tell you to like really consider it first and make sure it's really what you want to do. But at the end of the day, it's not something to be afraid of. It's something to be proud of, actually. Like when I found at Sally's that they had a pick with like the black fist on it, I was just so excited. It was like wonderful to me. I wasn't expecting to see that at Sally's, because excuse me, I never shop at Sally's. I'm from Houston, but I'm here in Baton Rouge going to college, and like back in Houston, there are black beauty supplies. Here, I can't really find them, so I went to Sally's, and I was just so surprised they had them. And so, just make sure it's what you want to do, and when you do it, you should probably like have the attitude of no looking back, no turning back, because a lot of women, after they do it and they really learn how to take care of it, then that's when they say, oh, I know I can do this, I'm never going back to a perm, because the stresses of a perm and getting a relaxer are just, they just don't outweigh the good that comes from having natural hair. And at this stage, I'm just proud of myself for even putting myself out here like this, because a lot of the natural women I see already have long hair, or transitioned for months or years before they cut their hair off. I transitioned, and I don't even really call it a transition, for 2 months. So this is where my hair is without a relaxer for 3 months almost. So I'm just excited what this journey is going to bring to my life, and I just walk with my head higher now. It's just so much more, I have so much more self-esteem, and I feel like that's really important for women, and especially women of color, because if you don't have the right self-esteem, other things just don't go right in your life. So do not be afraid of the big chop, but make sure that it's what you want to do. So I just wanted to say that. Hopefully I inspired someone, but at the end of the day, it's all about you, it's all about your decisions, and it's all about making those decisions for the right reason. Go natural because you want to go natural. Do the big chop because you want a big chop. Transition and wait if you want to wait. It's all about you and your decisions. If you don't want a TWA like me, just wait it out. Find transitioning styles. And the reason I didn't transition is because I didn't see enough videos, or I feel like there wasn't enough evidence that there were lots of transition styles that could hold me over for however long I wanted to transition. And so it was just easier for me to just go ahead and cut the cord and just see where my journey is from beginning to end. And it wasn't as emotional as I thought it was gonna be, but because I have so much more self-esteem now, maybe it was more emotional than I thought it was. So the big chop, again, is nothing to be afraid of, but you do what you want to do, and you do it for yourself. And so I just wanted to make sure I said that, and I'm probably gonna make a video about relaxers and what I think about them, because a lot of times natural women, get so wrapped up in not having to get perms anymore. Sometimes it seems like they're condescending to people who do get perms. So I just want to make a video about where I stand, and so I'll probably do that next. But thank you for watching, and again, do not be afraid of the big chop. Talk to you guys later. Bye.